Alright folks, welcome to a special edition of, well, whatever this deck is, which is Junt Turns. We're going to be playing Pioneer, which is something that basically never ever happens on this stream, but Overnight Fans of Stuffs convinced me by throwing 20 bucks at my face. So here we are. So what we're playing is a deck that we have actually played on stream multiple times already, and it's honestly kind of awesome. So what we have is a turns deck, and the way that we get our turns is Ugin's Nexus, right? So the idea is you want to sacrifice Ugin's Nexus, which we have multiple ways to sacrifice thanks to Braska, Golgari Queen, and Korvold. Or out of the sideboard, we have access to trading posts that can also sacrifice creatures, which is cool. So we have multiple ways of sacrificing, and then we have Ugin's Nexus. This way we get to take multiple turns. We get to play multiple spells a turn thanks to Fire of Invention, while being able to use all of our mana to crack clues for Untitled Chapter and stuff like that. Of course, Karn goes get the other things, and when you sacrifice the Nexus, it actually exiles itself, which means that you can go get it again with Karn. So this is kind of like a loop. As long as you have loyalty with Karn and you have ways of sacrificing your Ugin's Nexus, you basically get to go fetch it again with Karn, which is pretty cool. So we have Vraska, which is kind of a value engine slash enabler for the Ugin's Nexus. And then we have Korvold, which is, whenever it comes down, it's kind of insane. The way that Korvold combos with the clues from Untitled Chapter is kind of awesome, because you get your clues whenever you make your land drops, and then what you do is you attack with Korvold, and you can sacrifice the clues, and then you actually trigger the Untitled Chapter, so you grow the tracker at the same time for free, which is pretty awesome. And you draw the card for the Korvold, of course. Radha is a new addition. Before, in this slot, what we had access to was Corsair Crucifix. And I think that Corsair is better, but the reason that we're playing Radha is because we want to have access to Giganta in the sideboard. The double grid from Corsair didn't allow us to, so now we have access to Radha, which is legendary, which is kind of a disadvantage, obviously. But it still allows us to play lands off the top of the deck, which is pretty cool. And it represents a win condition later in the game, because you can pay 6 and it gets +X equal to the amount of numbers of lands you control. Which of course combos with fires, right? We have having access to mana sinks when you are a Fires of Invasion deck is kind of nice. The rest we just have access to like a pretty Pioneer mana base. We have Overgrown Tombs and basics, Fabled Passage of course combos nicely with Korvold, obviously. And we have a couple of ramp spells in Arboric Racer and Gilded Goose and Sylvan Carry added. So we have a pretty solid amount of mana sources, right, if you consider all this stuff that we have. In the sideboard, we have ways of answering planeswalkers and creatures. The aggro decks are this deck's main disadvantage, so that's kind of brutal. So we have access to some removal spells in the sideboard and a sweeper in Radiant Flames. And Life Goes On as a way to stabilize against burn and whatnot. As far as our current package goes, we have a land in Darksteel Citadel, which actually happens fairly often. 26 lands for such a mana-hungry deck is not that much, so you sometimes end up minusing a Karn for Citadel. Terminal Script against Graveyard Strategies. Pithing Needle, of course, against, well, decks where Pithing Needle is good against. Heart of Kiran is it's kind of innocuous, but sometimes you need a way to protect your planeswalkers, and just getting access to a 4/4 vigilance that can block, that you can activate you can create instant speed thanks to Karn on Braska, it's kind of good. Like, I remember when we streamed this deck before, I was actually surprised at how many times Heart of Kiran was able to help me stabilize. Trading Post, which is what I was saying, is kind of like an enabler for the combo more than anything else. It's also a little bit of a value engine, but yeah. All right, let's go. Heart can be pretty clutch. Yeah, I remember that whenever we streamed this deck in the past, that there were a couple of situations where like, oh, I guess like Heart of Kiran just like, it's the perfect tool right here. Which is weird, because it's not like the way that you would see Heart of Kiran, right? Bloodlust, thank you for the follow. You would kind of see Heart of Kiran as kind of like an aggressive card, And in this deck, it's weird, but it's kind of a defensive card, which is pretty weird. Should we play Citadel and Amulet card board? I tried that. It has felt bad. Cyborg space in Modern is a lot more precious than it is in Pioneer. All right, let's go. Round number 1. Giganta, thank you very much. What do we got here? A 2-lander with fires. Too slow. 0-lander with fires now. On to 5 we go. Well, guess we're keeping this one. Zero the something just to get an extra land for fires. Yeah, exactly. Gonna be keeping this 5. So we could be playing against some control deck of sorts, I would assume. Alright, there's more lands. Well, the good thing is that we have literally nothing else to do on turn 3, so we're gonna get to... It's like Giganta did not have a downside whatsoever. Udo. The Fairy. It's probably better than Uro for us. I'm gonna save the Fabled Passage for later. Maybe we are able to get some value from... We're able to get some value from, what's his name? Corvold. I think I'm gonna lead on... Ooh. Let's lead on Karn. Because I kind of want to resolve these fires. Like, this seems pretty important. And like, whatever we're playing here is probably going to run into a counter spell. Spell Queller. That's messed up. That's pretty fucked up. So they're very likely just going to minus on their own Queller here. So we're just gonna play this Giganta. It's a 5/5, silly 5/5. Well, we can't really win this game anymore, right? We're just locked out. And when people thought that this deck would be a good deck, the one that I'm playing, it's possible. We need Cavern. Cavern wouldn't really do anything. Cavern wouldn't really do anything because it's Spell Queller, right? Frilled Mystic. I think we're just gonna have to concede here, right? We're just locked out of the game, like we just cannot cast spells, so I'm just gonna move on to the next game, see if we can do better. Eliminate sounds great. Being able to answer the thingy, the Planeswalker to Fairy seems pretty important. We have to get under my opponent's deck. Like if we go to... If we go to the medium to late game, we're just gonna die, so... It's good to know that Bant is miserable in all formats. It's kind of like Bant's thing, right? Just be miserable to play against. Oh no, they kept 7. We can't win. Unless we do have eliminate. Alright, can we draw lands? Can we draw some lands? Land. Okay. It's gonna be a nice little non game that we're gonna have here. Growth spiral, or like growth spiral, right? Interesting that they cycle sensor when I'm literally I'm missing land drops. Land, please. Brutal. All right, so I think we can back it in here, right? Let's go. Let's play the next match. Let's play the next match. Let's draw some good decks. Let's draw some good hands. Maybe this deck just cannot afford to keep 2 landers. It's just too mana intensive. Like literally our curve starts at 3, right? So like our hand had so much business if we ever get there. Just want this league to be able. No, but I just want to be able to do my thing, right? I just want to play a match where we get to do our thing. 2 landers are fine with ramp. I would think so. I mean, not with Gracer, right? But if we had like a 2-lander with Goose and Caryatid, then I would keep, of course. I mean, we're playing 26 lands, right? Like we're playing. This is a lot of mana sources. Like 36 is a lot of mana sources. I guess it's 33, but sometimes you know it's just not in the cards, I guess. All right, now this is a hand that I can work with. This is a hand that I'm excited about. Hell yeah, let's go. Keep. In before Thoughtseize, right? In before opponent goes turn 1 Thoughtseize. Oh no! Did I call it? Don't tell me I called it. Right, no Thoughtseize. And we actually have the nuts start against the aggressive deck. Just taking no damage, just casually dropping 2/0/3s in play. I'll block you. I'll block the shit out of you. Bloodsoaked champion. Wow, they're using fatal pushes to push my dudes. Using push to push damage. Easy. Mox Diamond that blocks. I mean, it's basically what Gracer does. So I'm trying to go over my permutations here. So one option is to play Tracker and say go. It basically forces my opponent to use a removal spell on the Tracker. I'm going to take the damage. And next turn, we can go Gracer plus land plus crack a clue, sorry. I think I'm gonna go with the one that uses my mana the most efficiently. It's kind of awkward, but I think that it's correct. Next turn we can play the 0/3. Yeah, okay. So now we can play the 0/3 and put Giganta in hand. Hopefully we draw another Tracker, that would be nice. Rootbound Crag. Kind of awkward but correct, Publish. That's me. You know it. Alright, what can we go get with Karn? So I guess that given the option, this is probably like a Heart of Kiran situation that we got going on here. Oh, Thoughtseize is gross! Thoughtseize is absurdly gross here. Oh wow. Alright, bye bye Karn. They took Giganta instead? I did not expect that. So I assume that I have to play around. I think I'm gonna. I have to play around my opponent having another Swift End. So what should I go get? Just get Heart. Because now we can start plussing on the Heart of Kiran. Fuck. That's insane. That's so insane. All right. Wait a second. Oh, I can't crew now, right? So I should have plussed on nothing? Just to add one loyalty to the Khan and then crew thanks to... That was a big mistake. Damn it. Yeah, I can crew, but like it's just a 2-2 because I plussed on it. Yeah, I can crew, but it wouldn't do anything. Demonic Embrace has flying as a demon in addition to its other types. Okay. Seems good. Why can't my opponent whiff? Why is it so hard for my opponent to just whiff? Just whiff. Just one time. Just whiff. Why is it so tough? Well, it seems like whatever happens here is going to, like, in order to win this game, I'm going to need this card to survive, right? I still have no idea what I'm doing, but I need this card to survive. We have the fires in place. Yeah, so I think that Corvold is what we're digging towards here. Corvold? Redundant fires. Are we just dead? Because this flies and this flies. Yeah, so we're just dead. Alright. Well, my opponent's hand was the absolute nuts. I guess we just add all of the removal. Keep all of the blockers. I don't think this is a life goes on matchup. Like, I need to make sure that I blow up their creatures. That's how I'm gonna die. Yeah, but post doesn't do anything, right? Like, I don't have a way to get the... I don't have the way to get the post going. And I can only activate one ability at a time. Just get a snare and bridge. That would be nice. The Epistle 91 with the tier 1 sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Life's goes on more for the matchup. Yeah, I agree with that. So the creatures sound good. We probably have to keep the mana anyway. I mean, we have to make sure that we keep enough business, however. So if we're adding removal, we probably should... Let's cut some 1-drops. That's crazy how my opponent's hand just lined up perfectly against mine. Right. Let's keep this. Stomping ground. There you go. Vraska seems way too good. Yeah, like free, what's his name, are just very good. I'm a Legion send this guy, right? Please have another one. Nice. The 2 mana 2 for 1. Feels good. Feels good. That was good value. Yeah, it was. It really was. Hey, Jacob, how's it going? Well, this is the only thing that we can actually kill, right? So I guess I'm going to. And I'm just going to try to keep my life total high. It doesn't feel good, definitely, to to eliminate his crappy scrounger, but like you have to do what you gotta do, right? Hopefully I can make my opponent's hand nice and awkward. Alright, so now we just need business. We're set up now. We're nicely... Oh, 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 I think that one does count as business. What are we doing here? Just get a red source, I guess. Static a turn? Was static a turn? Swear sponsor this deck for Unspeakable Slap. Oh yeah. So this guy, beginning of first keep selling this one damage to each player, then if you have 10 or less life, put it as +1. Oh, if they have 10 or less. Alright. Alright. Got a rankle. That was kind of messed up. That was a pretty messed up turn of events. Good, good, good. Alright. We're flooding just a tiny, tiny bit. We're flooding just a tiny, tiny bit. But it's okay. Should I attack with both? I think I should attack with both. It's a ballsy move, opponent. It's a ballsy move you just made. So Vraska doesn't really do anything. So I guess I'm going to play the Goosey. I do get to draw 2 if I play Vraska. I'm not just going to play the Goose. Just putting more like stuff in play makes my opponent's draws a lot more awkward. Take 3. We both throw a card. Why not play both? Because I already played my first spell, right? Wait, did I? I guess I didn't play my first spell. Whoops. I guess I punted. I thought... Didn't I play... No, I didn't play anything. It's true. Just messed up. Just keep that food in play. Oh, that's right. I have to get used to the fact that I don't need to cast my spells. Casting spells is for losers. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So we get to trade for the spawn. That's a big boy. That's a big, big boy. Your go. Scrappy. Lands are no longer necessary. The life. Does this have trample? As long as it's your turn, he has first strike. That's like the weirdest line of text ever. No, it just gets +X/+X. Sticking 3 here. Plan on making just 2 clues and just sacking them. Sure. Resolves. I was smart enough to keep the business spell in the top of my deck instead of on my hand. All right, that was hot. Let's do that again now, okay? Can we do that again? Can we please do that again? On the draw, I feel like Gracers are going to be a lot more important, though. Just going to cut all the Nexuses. Nexi. Damn, this card is messed up. It almost makes me want to brew with this in Pioneer. It almost does. It almost makes me want to brew. Few recent draft come and have that text first strike only on your turn. That's so weird. Like, I wonder why. I also wonder how that came about. Because, like, I understand having hexproof on your turn, right? But having... I don't know, it's just... I find it weird. I guess I keep this. It's really awkward with... the Fabled Passage here. Draw a land up of the top would be the best possible, really. Land. So if we hit our land drops, I think we're gonna be fine. Just gonna hit our land drops. It's not a land drop. Just gonna get a red source here, I guess. Land? Almost a land. Probably gonna take the fires. They gonna take the fires. Vraska is what they take. Huh. Land, please. Land, please. God damn it. That's a sweeper? Oh, wow. It would have been... Ooh, it was a 3-for-1. Is this card busted? This card is busted, Chad. And it exiles them. Like, that's so ridiculous. Alright, so as long as we hit our land drops, we should be fine here. Land drop. Yes. Yes. Green. So 3 mana for tracker. Play tracker. Get clue. Crack clue. Get forest. Say go. Alright, just gotta draw some lands here, Chad. Just gotta draw some lands. Is that better than playing Fires into Tracker next turn? I think so, yes. I think it is. So they're gonna need to spawn here, but maybe I should have... Well, I think that I have to crack this clue here. And we have to draw exactly a land right here. Untap land right now. Alright, so we're just gonna die now. It's really rough. It's really, really rough. So we can take 7 here? No, because we die. Yeah, we're just dead, right? Can we gain life in any way? With this clue? But then we just die anyway? Oh, man. If we had hit our 4th land draw by turn, 7, maybe it would have been fine. All right. That really sucks. That really sucks. Man, for a 26 land deck, we miss our land drop a lot. How many lands are you supposed to play in this deck? I mean, granted, the curve is kind of a mess. Like, that's no arguments there. No arguments there. The curve is an absolute mess. But I don't know. I would assume that with 26 lands, you wouldn't miss your land drops as much. Sure. I mean, if uninterrupted, this is potentially a very good hand. Basically, this is the big one. Like, we just have to resolve Sealed and Keratin here. We're playing against a Mystic deck. Just gotta keep on hitting land drops. See if we can do it. This card is really good. And it also counts damage to planeswalkers, which is a little bit messed up. Well, I have to gain some life, so I'm just gonna Karn here. I guess we Karn and we minus for Nexus, right? Well, we can't go off next turn, right? Because we're missing a land drop. And this is 5. So we actually could not... Wait. Oh, that's right. We don't have lands to do that. Whoops. So next turn we're going to be able to Corebold and we're going to be able to Karn. Well. Okay. I'm surprised at this card. This is pretty busted, really. Genesis Hydra. Okay. I mean, we are hitting our land drops. We're at 11. So I think I'm just gonna get an Nexus here, because we're gonna have to try to go for it next turn. And I think I'm sacking Caryatid here, because we can't sack a land. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So they do have lethal if they are able to remove my dude. Otherwise we go down to 1. But if they have the other Hydra or Vivian, then we're fucked. Because they have infinite mana. That's not really a concern. They could also punt and not activate Hydra before they... Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, we're just there. Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Just getting absolutely owned here. Getting absolutely owned. If we had had Gracer instead of Caryatid, I think we actually might have been able to win there. Sure. Okay. So we can turn 1 Gracer, turn 2 Caryatid, or Eliminate, depending on what's up over there. Sweeper would be a great draw too. Mismatch Stomping Grounds. Well, I never play more. I never play more than 2 copies of Stomping Ground. So I, for whatever reason, a long time ago, when I bought the cards, I had, I guess that the other Stomping Ground, this Stomping Ground was cheaper or something, and I bought the cheapest one, and I've regretted it ever since. I know, I should be ashamed. Should be ashamed of myself. Man, that hand was so close. That hand was so close. Stabs, when is this list from? Like, did you analyze the new meta or something? Whenever you built this deck? When you updated it, I should say. You didn't analyze the new meta? Okay, good to know. Yeah, I wanted to know because I don't know like how good this eliminate really is, you know? As a card, I mean. All right, I can work with this. These, on the other hand, sucks a little bit. Just not hitting land drops again. Well, we're gonna die to that, so... Just cannot hit our land drops. God damn it. Shit. So I guess I'm gonna Vraska and I'm gonna minus on this guy. I could have also Caryatid plus Eliminate, but this puts something on the board. Doesn't play 31 lands, can play someone hitting land drops. Yeah, I know. It's 26, but like, I honestly don't remember. I should go into the VODs for this deck, Stabs. Like, didn't we actually... Wasn't that a thing, like, even back then? That we were not hitting land drops and we were losing games because of it? Because that's been the story of literally every single match that we played so far. Every time that we played has been... Every game that we've lost has been because we did not hit land drops. Every single one. This is ridiculous. This is completely absurd. This is completely absurd. We can't kill this because it has Hexproof from lag for whatever reason. So I guess that we're just gonna do this. Yeah, we're just dead. Like, there's nothing we can do. This variance just sucks. I mean, is it really variance when it has happened every single time? Like, at what point... What is the point where it stops just being bad variance and it starts becoming, okay, maybe this deck is just not built properly? Right? Because it has to be a point where it's just like, okay, yeah, this is just... We're doing something wrong here. Mulligan more aggressively? I mean, I've been mulliganing pretty aggressively. Like, I have kept, like... This is a two-lander with like multiple ways to ramp and removal. Like, am I really supposed to mulligan this? Am I really supposed to mulligan a card that has like a hand that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and fires, right? Which is the enabler. But like fires is not doing anything because like all this, we're just not drawing lands. We just cannot find lands. It's kind of ridiculous, but yeah. We just didn't get to do anything. Play bounce and they provides 2 land drops in 1 card. Yeah, except it doesn't help. Even if we could play bounce lands in Pioneer, it still doesn't help towards fires. So yeah, so to begin anything, to begin any talks about like trying to improve this deck, we definitely have to add lands, I guess. Maybe cut Caryatid and cut this card. Just go up to 28 lands. But like the deck does not function without lands. Like we just do nothing. And we just die with multiple 4 drops and 5 drops in hand. How are other Fires decks built? I guess they have Yorion, so it doesn't really count. Yeah. Titan players should know about lands. I know, right? And it has to be untapped. So we're out of shock lands. I was thinking of Growth Spiral. Explore is actually not in Pioneer, I don't think. So, because Explore would be the perfect card. Like, this deck would play 4 Explores, like Slum Dunk. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna keep this hand. Like, I'm gonna be hitting my land drops, which is, I guess, what I want to do. Elves not good with fires? No. In fact, like, Gracer is probably better, right? But the problem with Gracer is that you need to have the lands in your hand. And somehow I'm just not able to draw the lands, so... Push. Okay. Let's go, baby. Because it's just in there for RAM, but also turns on a sick draw engine late game. Yeah, exactly. It combos really nicely with Corvold. I think I'm going to play around like Sensor and shit. Draw a card, that's nice. Land Wish, it's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna be just gonna plus here, sack the food. Hello. I definitely want to try to sandbag this Corvold, I guess. Guess I'm gonna sack the Caryatid here. We can Braska Emblem if we want. That's funny. We're gonna dig here. That's messed up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We really want to draw fires here. Fires would be really sick. Downfall. That sucks. They have another counter spell. We're kind of toast. Yeah, this is another issue, right? Like we are, like against control decks, we're just only gonna be playing one spell a turn, and our opponent is always gonna be trading up on mana. Number 3. Oh, should I play Giganta there, I think. I mean, Lattice wasn't playing, they haven't missed one. No, they haven't missed any. But they have like cantrips and stuff, right? They opted, they dug. Just don't have that stuff. This is the 3rd dig that they cast. No, the 2nd one. The first one they been to Sabotage. Okay. Giganta that stop for Corvold. That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's why I think I should have, maybe I should have played the Giganta there. Because now they're gonna thought it's the Corvold. They probably have a removal spell for this. I could play the Radha, but if I play the Radha, then I'm shuffling away the Karn, which I don't think I want to be doing. Gearhold back dig. Gross. Opponent is out there living the dream. Living the fucking dream. Card number 3. Let's go. Don't have an answer, please. Please don't have an answer. No! God damn it. Oh no. All right. We have nothing for this matchup. Literally nothing. Nope. Literally nothing. Let's go then. Stabs, I'm starting to believe that you're not gonna like the conclusion that I'm drawing towards this deck. Don't remember Pioneer having such as access to such efficient counter magic and removal. Yeah, I mean it's not that efficient, right? Like my opponent has been spending like 2 or 3 mana on it, so it's like it's an okay amount of efficiency. It's not like too good. It's not modern efficiency, I'll tell you that much. No, even like the spells that my opponent played, he's playing. They're playing like Hero's Downfall and like stuff like that, right? They do have Thoughtseize though. Yeah, I'm not. If I learned anything, is that you don't keep it one lander. Maybe it was wrong to bottom to one of the fires there. Since months ago when I last played Brandy, they did not have this many playable counter spells and removal. Yeah, I don't know if it's that rare. Should have attacked with the goose. Punt. I like my opponent's choice of art. Invasion. Great expansion. Just gonna play Vraska. Can play around Censor nicely. That's why I didn't play the Core Vault. My opponent showed me Censor. Oh, come on! Noxious Grasp? What the... Brutal. Hey, how's it going, Adam? Welcome. Oh, we're doing terribly. Oh, our record currently is 0-3, and we're... This deck is not very good, man. I think I'm gonna pass. Do I really want to pass, though? The thing is, if I play into counter magic. If I pass, I play into Thoughtseize. Like, I just cannot win. So I'm going to play into not play into Thoughtseize. But now my opponent can punish me by digging. This is the last tournament of that. Yeah. This is gonna be the last league. Don't update the record. Tough. It's tough out there. Maybe I should just play my land here. Yeah, maybe I should have played my land. What is the top tier blue-black control deck in the 0-3 bracket? Because after a while, like, it just pairs you however they want. It doesn't necessarily pair you against people with your same record. At this point, they probably have enough to, like, double, you know, just to... This one's gonna get counter for sure. But I wanted to make sure I drew the card before. Yeah. So they must have like a Hero's Downfall or something. I guess we have Giganta next turn. So that's something. There's the Downfall. This we did draw no against Nexus. Okay. Don't have another. Damn it. Gear hook. Shit. At least they're not getting back dig. Because they're getting sabotage here. So sorry. It's okay, Stabs. Thank you. Appreciate the cheer. You're good, you're good. I want to help you. I want to help you, my man. Let's try to see if we can fix this deck, you know? I don't know how fixable it is, but turn something. Yeah. Okay, so how do we win here? Not like that. I mean, Corval would have been probably the start of something. Classic 04. No big deal. It's rough out there. Oh no, I think that the deck is hilarious. I just think that Pioneer's power level, like when we were winning matches with this deck, the power level of Pioneer, like Oko had not been printed, Uro had not been printed. Like basically, what was the best thing that was going on in the format? Like, I think even Nissa hadn't been printed. Is that true? No, that's not true. No, that's not true. Oh yeah, I guess Oko had been printed. Never mind. Uro had not been printed. But yeah, the decks in the format have, yeah, the decks in the format had gone up significantly in power level. So was Mono Black still in the format? I guess it wasn't as good. I mean, I guess I'm gonna keep this hand. It has very, very good mana. First, I get to see Spike go 110 with 1000 Year Storm. Now I get to see me go 110 with Jundin. It's been quite a day. Yeah. So I remember when Pioneer just had begun and everybody was just playing the junkiest decks and kind of getting away with it. That is just not a thing anymore. Like Pioneer is basically like Modern Light in terms of the bustedness of the decks. Which is usually what happens, right? It's usually what happens with this kind of format. It's just like it gets to a point where what is truly broken and absurd just rises to the top. Yeah, we can block that guy. What is truly absurd rises to the top, and everything else just gets drowned, basically. Any idea when you might get to that PO league? I don't know, Aloha. Probably next week. Definitely not this week. I know that much. Just run like a giant value deck that happens. That happens to have Nexus in the Cyber Furcana. We just go in efficient and one hand disruption. Yeah, I mean you could try to do that, but like at that point, like, do you really need fires? I mean, if you don't need fires, then is this like blue-green spirits or something? Sure. Yeah, it's actually kind of good for us, honestly. Why is my opponent playing blue and green is what I wonder. Or what I wonder. because it's the Wanderer, right? Get it? Get it? Wanderer, right? Another Loft to the Nile? No. No Loft to the Niles. Cast Radha. Couldn't I pay for that? No, it's actually, if they control a creature with flying, I have to pay 4. And they control 2 creatures with flying. Alright, so there's the company. Oh no, they draw a card. That's a lot less bad for us. Wolf seems likely. Okay. No, this is a different card. It's a new card from N21. Blue-green spirits is kind of strange. It is a little bit weird. It is a little bit weird. Okay. So I guess I can present lethal with Radha. Over 2 turns. It's not like I'm missing my mana for anything else. It's not a good draw though. The classic defensive Heart of Kiran. Love to see it. Love to see it. Do you submit another deck, Blood Moon? Forgot I didn't have enough to redeem push-ups. Oh, feels... Alright. Face, Karn. Ugh, so close. Yeah, I'm supposed to attack. Forces the chump. Forces a chump. And now we can actually use Giganta to crew the heart. Is this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Technically not lethal, but if they have one Supreme Phantom, we die. Alright, this is the last match, so we might take a look in a second. Giganta has seen a lot of play. Yeah, we've cast Giganta multiple times. And this is the first time that Rada actually becomes very, very relevant. Opponent's a coward. No, shuffle that one. Feels bad, man. So we actually don't want to attack with the Giganta, so we have access to 2 blockers. Like, this is enough to force a chump, and the Giganta does not force a chump, so I'd rather the Giganta stay back to crew the Heart of Kirin. Maybe I should have started last turn by drawing the mountain. If I guess I knew that I was gonna draw it I was gonna be drawing it regardless, so. How do you feel about Battlements? Yeah, I mean, Battlements is, I think it's good in certain spots. It's not like I hate Battlements, just I like the other options better. If I play a second Corvold and I sacrifice the first one, if I play a second Corvold and I sack the first one, do I draw 2 cards? Okay, so that taps the Corvold. I guess there's only one way for us to figure out. Yeah, so if it's to the legend rule, it doesn't count as sacrifice. Okay, good to know. So I'm gonna sack the Rada. We have another one. Shit. Gonna sack the fires. Draw the fires. Not bad. Next turn we should win. I think my opponent's just gonna concede next turn. But yeah, we're gonna get to do the thing. The thing shall finally be done. But my opponent did not let me do the thing. This is irritating. Completely infuriating. Opponent did not let me do the thing. Gross. So these don't block, these don't do anything, so I'd rather just have removal instead. Gracer does block. Goose does block. So they get the nod, I would assume. We got the Sweeperinos. We got Vraska, sounds medium. I just don't like the Nexuses. I think that we should not really care for the Nexuses. What is the thing? Marshall, is the way that this works, like we have Ugin's Nexus and we have Ugin's Nexus in the sideboard. So you get to Karn minus go get Nexus, then you sacrifice the Nexus to the Kobold and then you get an extra turn. And you can sacrifice the Nexus to the Kobold, to the Vraska Plus, or you can also get Trading Post. Opponent didn't want to see the fun though. Feels bad. Feels bad, man. All right. Are we gonna win a match? That thing, cool. Yeah. Exactly. I'm messaging my opponent, letting them know that if we lose, I'm gonna concede to them, so they don't just leave. This hand seems bad. This hand seems better. Did they put me on the play? Hardly inverter style combo. Yeah, no, we're not playing inverter here. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that much. No. Just letting my opponent know that I'm 0-3, so even if I win, I'm going to concede to them. 0-4. So. It's definitely looking like we're gonna win. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, so if you get to blow your opponent out and you get to do the thing, then it's okay. This is inverters way hotter but dumber cousin. Oh, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Cast Ugin's Nexus. Cast Kobold. Sacrifice Ugin's Nexus. Take another turn. I also love how random it is that Ugin's Nexus doesn't use the stack. I did the thing. The thing was done, chat. The thing was successfully done. And we drew another card. This is This is the most glorious of occurrences. This is the most glorious of occurrences. Oh, my opponent just conceded. Alright. Who didn't have faith on me? Show your faces. We won a match 2-0, no less. 2-0. A match was won. 2-0, no less. We are ending the stream on the highest possible note. The highest possible note. Alright, so yeah, so definitely we don't want Ujin's nexuses. I would add some more lands. I don't even know what are the best duels in Pioneer. Is Woodland Cemetery really the best option that we have access to? You can't cut the Nexus State one. I was like, well, I actually cut them, and I just minused with Karn for the Nexus. Fixing more, should we? Oh, that's a good one. So like castle. Which one is the castle? This one. Why do I own a castle Locktwain? Sometimes I own cards and it's just like, why do I own this? I don't even know. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, Castle Locktwain, maybe 2 of them even over the cemetery. It's 2 castles. That's actually a great idea. I hadn't thought about that. That's like a great way of adding a land and also not like falling prey of flood. The Rada was actually surprisingly good there. Like with fires basically not needing you to do anything. The Rada kind of does some really good win con impression. So I was definitely surprised there. That's cool. I kind of like the idea of having access to some form of removal. Maybe these eliminates could go in the main deck. Hero's Downfall. Now Hero's Downfall is double black. Let's keep it. Let's do eliminate. I guess that we could do Decay instead. Like Decay is basically strictly better for us because like we have only a single. We have only one land in our entire deck that would not be able to cast Decay, right? Because all the other ones would be able to. Or we would be missing the Black Source, which would mean that we cannot cast the Eliminate in the first place. So Decay is basically strictly better for us. Push and Seize. I think I like Decay better. I could see adding Push to the sideboard. And with the added lands, I think that I would cut the Citadel from the sideboard. Let's look at Spike's deck. Let's see what he's running in the sideboard. Meteor Column. Aligned Hedron Network. Sky Sovereign. Are you telling me that we're playing a Karn deck and we don't have a boat in the sideboard? Is that what you're telling me, Stabs? Where's my toot, motherfucker? Give me that toot. So I would definitely boat. And Thoughtseize do seem like a good card to have. I don't know if main deck or sideboard, but I definitely want to have access to this card. Particularly against the control decks. Also, do we need to play 4 fires, or can we play 3? Just got a Gracer, I guess. Take out the life gain card. Another Thoughtseize. And this card kind of overperformed. It felt really good against the mono black deck. Yeah, okay. Maybe 4 Goose instead of the Caryatid? Nah. Just 2 Caryatid is fine. Yeah, this already feels a lot better if you ask me. This already feels a lot better. So the next time, Stabs, make sure that the list looks something a little bit more like this. So we can have, you know, some real matches and stuff. What would I want to do against like a Neuro deck? Oh, wow. You seeing Junters again next week? Thank you so much, Steps. All right, so I guess that we're gonna be seeing this again. So I actually have to try, because now I am gonna be the one playing this. Nylea's Intervention. Nylea's Intervention. There we go. Why do I have this card? I have no idea. Search your library for up to X land cards, rebuild them, put them into your hand, and shuffle your library. Deals twice X damage to each creature with flying. Nah. No. Nah. That doesn't look like that thing does the thing, you know? Doesn't really look like that thing does the thing. Should I do more Legion Send or should I do more pushes? We're still going. No, we're finishing up the stream. Can't complain. I mean, we're playing 28 lands. If I ever miss my land drop now, I'm gonna be so upset. I'm gonna be so upset. I guess maybe 2 castles is a little bit too much. Maybe let's do 1. And add 1 push. Or 1 more decay. Karn Sebastian. What's that? Sebastian? Proliferate? Why do we want to proliferate? Nah. Like, I'd rather have a basic over this. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe we don't want the full 4 fires. And we can do something like this. So we have a little bit of cheaper interaction. Okay. I could also maybe see another Woodland Cemetery. But this does, I guess this doesn't really help my castle enter untapped, right? So now we have some more removal. We kind of bring the curve a little bit lower. We don't have this Ugin's Nexus that are pretty shitty. Should add more uncounterable threats in the sideboard, something that hosts control. That doesn't sound bad to me. Uncounterable threat in the sideboard. In Jund colors, like Carnage Tyrant. Isn't there a 3 mana pro black one? But that one gets hosted by a sweeper. Emmy? No, this is not an Emrakul deck. You cannot really cast Emrakul. I think that the Thoughtseize are going to help a lot. I think that the Thoughtseize are going to help a lot in the control matchup. And in the aggro matchup, now we have access to some pushes in the main deck and decays and like Legion Send and stuff. Radiant Flames is kind of awkward though. Maybe more Legion Send. This card was pretty solid. It could also be just another Fatal Push. Alright, this seems like a lot more cohesive now. This makes a lot more sense to me. Also, 4 Title Tracker might be too much, but I think it's like, I just love Tracker too much. So it might be just okay. But yeah, I think this is what we're going to be playing next week then. Again, thanks Stabs. Appreciate the continued support, my friend. And let's do this, huh? Alright, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching YouTube, I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.